Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series of Arthenex Plays Sorcerer King, the brand new 4X fantasy strategy game from Stardock. So, for those of you who are not familiar with this game, I'm just going to do a kind of a brief rundown of Stardock and their history with fantasy 4X games and Sorcerer King, because I think it's necessary to give a little bit of context to this game. I've been playing Stardock's Fantasy 4X games all the way from Elemental War of Magic through Fallen Enchantress, all the way up to this most recent title. They have been flawed. Some of them have been downright bad, especially when they first came out. So why am I still playing them? Well, despite their many imperfections, let's say, they still I've still had a lot of fun actually playing them. They're kind of notorious for having bad AI, bad interface, but nevertheless, I'm kind of a sucker for the genre, as my previous videos of Age of Wonders 3 probably show you. So I'm going to give this one a shot. My hopes are not super high that it's going to be a terrific game, but hopefully it will be fun. I'm also going to preface this by saying that I'm going to play the campaign. I played for about an hour in the campaign already, but my video recording software failed me, and I did not get a good video out of it. So that's a little bit unfortunate for a couple of reasons. Because, first of all, because, it's a waste of time for me, obviously. Second of all, because it's kind of a spoiler, because the campaign, from what I can tell, is played on the same map every time. So because I played a bunch at the beginning of the campaign already, I already know a little bit about what the starting map is going to look like. I'm going to tell you guys this up front, so hopefully, it's unfortunate that I've been spoiled a little bit, but like I said, I only played for about an hour's worth of gameplay. So while the beginning will be spoiled, I have not done too much there, and I'll try and maintain an authentic playthrough as possible for it's obviously not going to be a completely blind playthrough, but hopefully we'll try and get it as close to that as possible. And who knows? Things are going pretty well up for the first hour of the campaign last time, but that's no guarantee. Even though the map is the same, lots of different things can happen in this game, so we'll give it a shot. So we're going to do the campaign. Oh, let me just tell you a little bit about this game. So previous Stardock fantasy games have just been kind of traditional 4X games. Everybody starts off on equal footing. Everybody explores the map, founds cities, builds up their empires, and eventually one person conquers everybody and wins. They were unable to make that successful because they could not write a good AI for Fantasy 4X games. So what they've done is they've kind of abandoned the traditional concept, and they've gone with what they're calling an asymmetrical start. So we are kind of playing at the beginning of Sorcerer King. The world has been conquered by this Sorcerer King, and you are one of his lieutenants who has to lead an insurrection. The Sorcerer King is attempting to cast the spell which will convert all life in the world to magical energy, and he's going to become immortal. So if he finishes casting that spell, or if he destroys all the shards on the map, which allows him to finish casting that spell, then he wins and you lose. He also wins if he defeats you, obviously. You only win by killing him before he does any of that. So you have a much tougher job than he does. But that kind of makes sense because hopefully his AI doesn't have to be as smart in order to make the game interesting. One of the best parts about Stardock's games in the past has been wandering on the map, doing quests, and interacting with objects. And so hopefully that part of the game will still be a lot of fun. But the rest of the game, the actual meat of the game, so-called, has never been all that strong. So hopefully this symmetrical model will improve that. It reminds me a lot of, just brief tangent, reminds me a lot of World of Darkness, for those of you who are familiar with that. The world has already been conquered. It's kind of a grim, uncertain future. But unlike World of Darkness, it has a very happy fantasy art style. But so that's a little bit out of place. All right, so we're going to start up the campaign. I'm going to play on hard, and because I'm tempted to play on insane, given how easy the Stardock ones are. But like I said, I've never played this before, so I'm going to stick with hard, and I'm going to play as the Guardian, just to run through what the different ones are. So there's 6 different sovereigns that you can play as. They start with a different selection of spell books. So the spell books are kind of out of Master of Magic. The different spell books that you choose at the beginning affect which spells you can research later in the game. These guys are not actually going to be on the map. You're going to be playing as them. However, they're each going to start with a different champion. So, for example, Galor the Wizard starts with Tandis the Warrior Champion and 2 regular units. So the Guardian that I'm going to play as starts with... Oh, they also have a specific special ability. So hers is that she can summon familiars. He can invigorate his army. He can try and hypnotize units. He can give cities production boosts. They also have unique kind of tech trees, level up trees, which affect the game later on. So we're going to try it as this Guardian person. I'm going to customize only so that I can change her name to Arthenex. And we will get started. So first there's going to be a cutscene, so I'll let you guys listen to that as it plays through. Then there's going to be a little introduction where we're going to have the opportunity to kind of customize stuff before the game starts. So here's the cutscene.
The Sorcerer King and his minions seek to destroy the shards of magic, consuming their power. With it, you become an immortal, extinguishing all other life on this world. It is up to you, Sovereign of Altar, heir to Raelius, wielder of the Forge of the Overlord, to stop the Sorcerer King before it's too late.
Alright, I realized that was really quiet, so hopefully you can turn it up and hear it. So here I have 3 different options. I'm Arthenex, Guardian of Attica, hailing from nearby forests. Your people were attacked by one of the Sorcerer King's minions, a giant beast of fire. You were sent by Attica to seek help, but found only weakness. There, your gentle manner led many to your side, and you soon found yourself nominated into a position of power. What did you do next? So I could gather resources. This theoretically affects the map around my starting city, but because the campaign map is already preset, I don't think I can change it, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to research magical techniques, which should hopefully, which will give me a bonus to lore at the start of the game. Lore is what you use to research spells. And now the time to cast off. The Sorcerer King's sinister rule has come. You must expand your realm, protect the shards of magic, and explore the world. You may find it useful to seek out allies to assist you in this fight, although be wary, they will have designs of their own. Eventually, you will have to confront the Sorcerer King himself and halt his evil plans once and for all. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stick with the default name. So here's the world. The game map, for those of you familiar with 4X strategy games, is going to be pretty familiar. Here's our city. We've got our army here. Our army currently has 3 units in it. We can actually hold up to 5. And then up here we have our resources. So we've got logistics. This is the maximum number of units and units, buildings, and outposts my empire can support. So cities don't count against this total. Buildings are resource structures on the world map that I've upgraded. So here is a shard, a magical shard that my city starts next to. So in order to take advantage of that, I'm going to have to build a structure on this shard. And when I do that, it's going to cost me 1 logistics point. But I'm definitely going to do that because the shard is going to allow me to produce magic. So I start off producing 3 mana magic per turn, which in turn is divided into 3 pools. The skill pool, which lets my sovereign level up her abilities. Mana pool, which provides me more mana with which to cast spells. And also I can use mana up here to rush production in cities. And my lore pool, which allows me to research new spells. So I'm going to build this, and you can see my logistics drops by 1. I also completed a quest by building on there, which gave me +2 sovereign skill points. And now, as long as this building exists, my logistics pool is going to be 1 less. The only way to get more logistics is to build buildings, specific buildings in my various cities. So I'm going to, let's see. So let's take a look at the cities. So here's Attica. I can click on here. This is my settlement details. So this will be familiar to anybody who's played a Civ game. I'm producing food, production. Now, essence is kind of the magical energy from the area around my city. Each point of essence that my city produces allows me to cast an additional enchantment on it. The essence kind of fuels or upkeeps the enchantment, and also can make it more powerful. So this city currently has 1 essence, and you can see based on the tile yields here, there's another potential essence over here if I claim this tile. Currently, I'm only getting resources from the tile that my city is built on. However, if I claim, as my city grows, I'll be able to claim additional tiles and get more resources from them. So over here, I have the units that I can train in my city. A pioneer. So a pioneer can found new cities, but it can only found cities on places where there's fertile land. This is something that will be familiar to anybody who played Fallen Enchantress. So fertile land is represented by tile yields on the map. So right now, if you guys can see, there's no tile yields visible anywhere on the map. So I currently, if I built a new settler, I would not be able, or pioneer, I wouldn't be able to found any cities. However, they can also found outposts, which is what you're going to found much more commonly, and they will allow you to expand your territory and claim buildings, including more shards. And you need more shards in order to gain more magical power and research, so you're going to wind up building a fair number of pioneers and outposts. I can also build a scout or a soldier, or I can go over here and build city improvements. So barracks is going to give me more logistics points at the cost of a food supply. The garden gives me more food, 1 per city level. The reliquary I can use if I ever get crystals. The work camp gives me +2 production per city level. So right now I'm making 13 production. So it would give me some, but not a ton. And I can also convert my production into magic. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by building the barracks, both to gain more logistics and to unlock a more powerful unit, the pikemen. So we're going to build that. We're also going to choose a spell to research. So because I chose lore, I have a bunch of different spells that I could research. But the most significant one at the start of the game, I think, is heal, which will allow me to heal my units out of combat. Otherwise, my units heal really slowly unless they're sitting in my town. So I'm going to go ahead and research that. It's going to take me 5 turns, and when I'm finished, it's going to cost me 6 mana. So we're going to research heal, and then that brings us up to date with everything that's happened, so we're going to go ahead and move. Now, we've got a couple of armies to take care of. We also have this humble inn here. And we're going to move in here. You stumble, so the inns contain quests. Sometimes the quests will lead to combat, sometimes they'll usually give you some kind of reward or other, and they'll also give you a bonus to specific traits like courageous or wise or brave or valorous that can lead to random events spawning later in the game. So here, we stumble into an inn on a dark and stormy night. Inside, the landlord rushes up to you, his face pale. "There's been a murder," he breathlessly reports. So I'm going to solve that murder, that's what I'm going to do, or I'm going to find a safer inn, that's what I'm going to do. So We'll solve the murder. The landlord takes you up to the murdered man's room. The man is, as promised, dead, with a large knife sticking out of his back. Also in the room are 3 other people in the inn, a maid, a retired colonel, and a nervous traveling knife salesman. We'll question the subjects. You shrewdly ask them who murdered the man. Everyone agrees that it was probably the nervous traveling knife salesman. I get the worst blackouts sometimes, he confirms, and then wake up covered in blood, he adds, covered in blood. So I have the option of convicting any of these. So I have tried in my test game. I tried accusing the maid, and I mean, nothing bad happened, but it didn't exactly get me anything good either. So we're going to try accusing the person who obviously did it this time. You point at the man who obviously did it, and he allows himself to be led away by the authorities. However, as he's being led out, he turns to you and says, "If you can get me out of this, I can get you a screaming good deal on some knives." So now I can lock him up. I can lock him up and take his knives, or I can lean in and whisper that he can offer a lot more than that. So let's try that one. You tell him you might forget his sins if he's willing to sign up for your cause. So we got +1 wisdom, +1 scoundrel, +5 doomsday counter, probably because we let him go, and we got a unit, the former knife salesman. Okay. So here, if we go up here, we can see our doomsday counter. It went from 0 to 5, but we got a free unit. Now, units that you get from quests and your starting units and your champions don't count against your logistics cap. So it's nice to get a new free unit, especially because we're going to be doing a lot of fighting this turn, because we've got 2 armies that are within our borders here. So I'm going to go pick up this treasure chest. So these are crafting ingredients and a suspiciously weak healing potion. Interesting. And then you can move a lot further when you move along the road. So we're going to move along the road over to here, and then we're going to attack this bandit archer's army. So you can see we have a combat rating of 15. He has a combat rating of 20. He's got 3 archers and 1 raider in his army. This is a pretty tough fight for the first turn, but hopefully we can handle it. So we'll battle here. So you can see our starting units. We have 2 animals and the traveling knife salesman that we just picked up. So here you can see the initiative. The spider, Bill, is going to go first, followed by my hero, followed by the former knife salesman, followed by the bandit raider up here. So the way that combat works is you get stacking damage bonuses the more units you have that are adjacent to a particular enemy. So since we want the knife salesman to combo his attack with this guy, so if I click on, let's see, I can't, so down here I can see some of his special abilities. These are his active abilities. So I can use Devour, which will take 5 hit points from the target and give them to me. That could be more or less damage than I would normally do, depending on other factors. But since I'm currently uninjured, it's probably not going to bother. I can use Tangled Web, which will immobilize him but do no damage, and he has a chance to resist. Or I could drink one of the suspiciously weak healing potions that I picked up. So since I want both of these guys to attack, I'm going to move him all the way over to this square and attack from this direction. So you can see down here, I'm going to do 2 to 3 damage with an 80% chance, and he's going to hit back for 3 damage with a 75% chance. So not particularly good. The spider is not a particularly strong attacker, but it's compensated for that by having some good special abilities and a lot of initiative, a lot of speed. Okay, so now we have my hero. So my hero's an archer. He's got 3 different abilities. I can do Rain of Arrows, which is a little AoE attack. I can do Lethal Shot, which costs me a point of mana, but does greatly increase damage to one target, or I can do a melee attack, Hidden Dagger. So he also has a passive ability that gives him greatly increased chance to dodge against other ranged attacks, which is good because otherwise he would quickly die against ranged attacks, since ranged attacks tend to prioritize shooting him. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Lethal Shot here. And let's see, if I shoot him, there's a pretty good chance I can kill him, and then my bear might be able to go up and kill one of the archers. So let's go ahead and lethal shot him for 13 damage. Now, so I was hoping that my traveling knife salesman would be able to finish him off, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I will still move up and swing. As you can see, they comboed their attack. And then he slowed my hero, which is not good. So the bear's attack, he has a special attack called a maul, which allows him to continuously attack until he misses. So it's quite good against enemies that have poor dodge and poor defense, like, for example, these archers. So I'm going to move him up here, and hopefully... So he hit him once, and so he was able to kill the archer from full hit points to dead by mauling him. So now these guys are going to take their turns. They're going to shoot at my hero and hit twice, which is a little bit unlucky. Now, since my spider has been wounded, I'm going to go ahead and use Devour to finish him off and heal him back up to full. We'll go ahead and have this guy run over here and beat down on these guys. Have my hero go ahead and, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have him go ahead and drink this. Oh, whoops, that was my spider. And now I can't use it on my hero who actually needed it. Oh well. That's what I get for not paying close enough attention. Alright, well, hopefully the bear can kill this archer. Good, that'll prevent him from taking some damage at least. Still can't dodge. I'm just going to pass. He could knock an enemy back. Don't really care about that. Pass. Alright, now you can shoot. Alright, so my hero wound up taking a lot of damage there, which is not good. And we wasted a healing potion. But we did kill them. We got a lot of experience, and my champion did level up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Power Shot here. So this guy has, he's kind of got an improve all archers in the army tree, an improved special abilities tree, and a little tree down here which has some utility stuff. I'm going to go ahead, plains, forests, and swamps. So this thing's actually result in additional loot. Loot has not been very useful to me so far in this game, so I'm going to try and get grapple shot as soon as possible, because in my test game that was amazing. So now we know there's another army down this way. My hero only has 6 hit points left, but I think I'm still, if I can, going to go ahead and come down here so we can see what's in their army. They only have one. Oh no, they have 2 archer units. So it's a little bit risky. I've never lost a hero yet, though. I wonder what... Supposedly, or a champion, I should say. Supposedly they don't leave your service permanently. So if he dies, presumably he'll come back. So we will go ahead and fight these guys. We will... Let's see, we'll move him up there and attack. So since they were both adjacent to him, they got to team up on the counterattack. I was hoping I could drink a healing potion, but I guess I can't. So let's go ahead and lethal shot one of the archers. If we roll max damage, we will kill it. But we only had a 1 in 3 chance of actually doing that. So we'll move him up and team up on this guy. And then we'll have our bear go see if he can kill this archer. Right. So hopefully that will prevent this archer from outright killing my hero. Oh, and my hero dodged anyway. Alright, so my spider's getting beaten up, so let's have him use his Devour ability. Heal himself back up. My hero will finish off the last archer. which should keep him safe. And the spider... Let's see, who goes next? The bear goes next. I don't really want to take the retaliation attack on the spider, but I guess it's okay. He's only down 2. Now 3. And hopefully the bear can come down here and finish this guy off. So that gives you a little bit of taste of combat in this game. So my 3 non-champion units leveled up that time. And we got some more loot, a bunch of crafting materials. Which are not that useful. And I believe that was the end of our turn. Are we on turn 2 yet? Yeah, so that was the end of our first turn, actually, was that fight. That used up the last of my movement points. So now we're on turn 2. We know there's an inn over here. There's an inn and a treasure chest here, and there's inn and a treasure chest here. And over here we can just see a bandit camp. So let's keep investigating these inns. Another thing I can do, let's see, so we can look at crafting. Can't craft anything yet that I actually, maybe, yeah, let's craft a minor healing potion for our ranger. The other thing we can do is cast a spell. And the only one we could cast right now is an Earthly Familiar. So before I cast that, because remember, our maximum army size is 5. We got a unit from our last encounter, so let's see if we get a unit from this one. If we do, we won't need to cast the Familiar. After a tiring day fighting evil, you arrive at an inn. Upon entering the common room, you find a group of mediocre bards butchering a classic drinking song. A group of tough music enthusiasts begins pitching their crockery at them. Things are about to get ugly. So I can say, these bards must pay for their crimes against rhythm, sigh loudly and demand the thugs leave the bards alone, or approach the bards and offer them a job more suitable to their skills at butchering things. So we're going to go for that option. So we got +1 compassion, no modification to the Doomsday counter, and we got another unit, a troop of bards. These guys are really good. They're basically pikemen. So we'll go ahead and grab this treasure chest. We got some more gems. We also revealed, so this is, you can see the Sorcerer King's territory centered on this warlock hideout. So we're not going to mess with these guys yet. You can see our army has 24 combat and 106 hit points. Their army has 32 combat and 105 hit points, so considerably more powerful units down there. So we're not going to mess with them. Instead, we're going to head up here. And let's see, it'll take us an extra turn if we go this way, but we'll pick up this treasure chest. Well, we're going to move back here, and that's the end of the turn. I think we're going to go back through our city. Can we make it? Yeah, we can make it there in one turn. We'll be giving up a little bit of movement, but our movement's going to end if we end our turn in the forest anyway. So we'll move back to the city, end our turn there. That should allow our units to heal up a little bit. Yeah, in fact, our hero's back up to full. So we'll select all of our units in the city again, and we'll move them onto the forest. So that ends their turn. Sorcerer King. So this is a message from the Sorcerer King. He sends you messages. Since I remember, I'm technically his lieutenant still. Greetings, Guardian. I can sense that you are a channeler, one of the last in the world. A curious coincidence that you should rise up in Rulatica, but never mind that. In exchange for my favor and the continued happiness of your people, I would like to tap into your magical power. You may, of course, name your price for this small service, so probably he wants some of my mana. So I can ask for a recipe. I can ask for forces. I could ask for a pioneer. Or I could say, no deal, Sorcerer King, I don't trust you. I don't really want to give him any of these things. Honestly, a recipe seems like it would be the most useful. Or a pioneer, that would save me 7 turns of production, since I am going to want one eventually, for sure. I think it's worth a little bit of increase in the Doomsday counter and some mana to get a pioneer. So we got 5 Doomsday counter. Oh, we didn't have to spend any mana. A Wise Request. Duns the Urkson has the ability to found cities and build outposts. I'll send him to you at once. So, Duns the Pioneer. Alright, so as soon as I find a magical shard... Oh, and I got a Sovereign level up, which as a Guardian, I can take Shard Guardian, which will reveal all the shards on the map. And I can see that there's a shard here that's gathered by a bandit. So, I'm going to send him back to my town for now. And after I take care of this bandit camp, I'll go over here and clean out that one and build a an outpost next to it. Okay. So we're going to start by picking up this treasure chest, gems. Then we'll go into here. In this inn, a farmer quickly approaches you before you can avoid him. He obviously has a problem he wants you to solve. That's not the name of this quest. Please help, blah, blah, blah. Only hope, blah, blah, blah. He obviously has a problem he wants you to solve, not caring at all about how sore your feet are. They are really super sore. Poached by the Sorcerer King's raiders, he says, concluding his tale of woe. You missed the first part of the story, but you can guess. Alright, so we're going to help him with whatever his problem was. The farmer leads you to his farm, where sure enough, a group of Trog archers are going after his livestock. Alright, so here's our army now. We've got our former knife salesman, our troop of bards, our bear, our spider, and our champion. Quite a motley crew we've assembled here. Alright, so this guy has 3 hit points. So we can just kill him with our spider. So that's what we will do. We'll move up as much as we can and attack. These guys have 14 hit points. That means there is a 2 out of 3 chance we can kill them with a lethal shot. So we will try that. And we roll poorly. Oh well. So that means they'll both get to attack. That's unfortunate. So he will pass his turn. And they're shooting my bear. Not a fan of that. But there's absolutely nothing I can do about it this turn. So my spider can make it to this guy and kill him. And I can't lethal shot again because it's on cooldown, so I will just shoot. And then it's this guy's turn. He can't make it. My spearman can make it, so they will... oh, that's my spider. So he attacked my spider. Interesting. That's actually fine. Anything but going after the bear. Alright, my champion leveled up again. Nobody else is all that close. The farmer thanks you and offers several of his sons to accompany you by way of thanks. Holy crap, man, you say? That's not really necessary. But they seem set on it, so you shrug and accept them into your ranks. So we got farmer's sons, which is a group of 3, combat strength 9. A new spell has been discovered, heal. Awesome. So let's see, what should we research next? I'm actually going to research Era of Grace. And that reminds me that I forgot to cast a spell on my city. So I'm going to go for more food. So you remember my city had 1 essence. So plus 3 food is going to mean it's going to grow faster. So I should have... what are we on? Turn 6? So I should have cast that on turn 1, but I forgot. Oh well. So now we have a couple of armies to take care of here. So I'd actually rather have those guys in the army than the former knife salesman. But there's no easy way for me to switch right now. So I'm just going to attack with my army the way it is. You're down 7. I think that's okay. I'm just going to attack with my army the way it is. What does he have? He's got a bunch of melee units. 1 archer, 1 wolf. and afterwards I'll switch them out. So the wolf can reach me, but the rest of these guys can't. So I'm actually just going to pass, I think. I'm going to have him do a lethal shot on the archer. One of these days, that's going to kill somebody. We'll have him pass. So the wolf moves up, attacks him, that's fine. We'll have the bear come over here and kill the wolf. The pikemen will move here and pass. Let them come to me. Ganging up on the night salesman, which is fine. I'm not really planning on using him. So they all just went. So I'm going to go ahead and push forward. I'm kind of be kind of careful. Let not. So there's only one retaliation, no matter which one I attack. So let's move him up to here. I'll try and kill this guy first. So we'll finish this guy off. The spider gets to attack quite often. So we'll send him all the way up to here. He can try and kill this guy with the help of the other two. So these are my pikemen, who unfortunately... Oh, I guess he can move in there. Alright, go ahead. Oh, no, he can't. Oh, well. Alright, looks like they're going to try and beat up on the knife salesman some more. Sure. Finish off this guy. We'll go ahead and use our Devour to heal ourselves back up. We'll have the nice salesman use the retaliation. The bear, I'm going to have him move up one. And then I'm going to the spider. I'm actually going to use web on this guy. Prevent him from moving and... Oh, he resisted. Well, it may not make any difference. I was hoping to prevent him from attacking any of their weaker units. But I suppose I might be able to do that just by killing him. Nope. Yeah. So our bear is pretty low, but we have the heal spell now that we can cast after combat and heal him up. Which we will definitely want to do, because I don't want to take him into battle with him so low on health. He's potentially my most potent offensive unit. Alright, so they're done. So I'm going to take, alright, you, and you, but not the former nice salesman. And you guys are going to move there. And then this is the farmer's son. Okay, you're going to follow them. And the knife salesman. So they are 9, 4, 18, and these guys, this guy's 10, 3, 18. Interesting. He's going to move back to town. And I'm going to cast heal on the bear. Bringing him back up to 19 hit points. My champion leveled up, which lets him get grapple shot. And these guys still have a movement point left, so we will attack the Bandit Loner's army. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough fight. since he has 3 archers and one of these. Oh, maybe he doesn't have one of the. Doesn't look like he has one of the. Oh yeah, one bandit raider. So the more powerful bandits. But hopefully we should be able to finish it off without too much trouble, thanks to our new ability. So instead of having him advance, I'm going to pass with him, and then he's going to use grapple shot, and that's going to allow us to grab one of these units. And we are going to grab this guy, and it's going to put him right in the middle of our unit. Now he slowed our hero, which is annoying, but now we're going to be able to attack our hero. And see, the Farmer's Sons, there's 3 of them, so they're doing basically 3 times the damage. I don't think I need to have the bear in here as well. So let's send the bear. Let's send the bear up here. Maybe he can kill the wolf. A little bit risky to have him out on his own. Oh, the wolf dodged. That's unfortunate. You can go ahead and kill this guy. Alright, so then the archers are going to shoot. So 1 dodge. 2 dodges. 3 dodges. Excellent. Have to keep an eye on the bear's hit points. So let's see. My hero doesn't go again until all the way up here, so I don't want to wait that long. So let's go ahead and have you move over here and attack this guy. And you're going again, so you can attack him again. Here's the Farmer's Sons. Yeah, we'll finish off the wolf. And finish off that guy. And I'm actually, with this guy, I'm going to move him. Yeah, I'm going to move him all the way up to here. And then he's going to grab one of these archers. Move him into position to attack. Oh, my Farmer's Sons are looking like they're going to die. It's unfortunate. Well, better than the bear. Usually can't make it that far, so we'll go ahead and attack this guy. Of the bear, step back and kill the archer. You can attack this guy again. Yeah, I guess we should finish this guy off. Now it's my hero again. Let's grab. It's my hero and then the 2 archers. I think I'm going to go ahead and. I know it's a 1 in 3 chance, but we're going to try and kill this archer before he gets to go. We finally got one. Good. And they did not attack the bear, which is good, because if they had, they probably would have killed it. So since he can't reach anywhere useful, I'm going to go ahead and cast heal on the bear instead of his turn. And then the bear can attack there. And yeah, the spearmen are pretty good. Alright, so my champion leveled up. Unfortunately, the Farmer's Sons died. But I still have the knife salesman. shard in the southeast is currently under attack. Oh my goodness. So the Sorcerer King is attacking one of the shards. That is not good news for the Doomsday counter, which is currently at 6. So we will go ahead and clear out this Bandit camp, which gives us some Sovereign skill points and some loot. We will level up our champion. And I'm going to take Survivalist for +1 moves. And then we will start heading back in this direction. And we will have our Traveling Knife Salesman rejoin the army. And here we have a couple more wandering monsters wandering towards our city. So, I think we're not going to be able to do anything about them this turn anyway. So let's go ahead and move on to the city and heal. And, oh, our city finished building its barracks. So let's take a look at that. So with its barracks built now, it can produce pikemen. And I think we do want to do that. So let's train a pikeman. They're quite strong. And actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the first episode here. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Since this is the first episode of the series, I appreciate you guys liking the video and continuing to like the videos. If you're enjoying Sorcerer King, it helps me figure out which series I want to continue and which ones I want to mothball. Either way, though, hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, have a terrific day.